Welcome back.
Episode 3, baby.
Really? Damn, third episode already.
What else is new?
What else is new? Welcome, What Else is New podcast. As usual, I'm John, co-host Steve.
Not Stupid Steve.
Not Stupid Steve.
Not Smelly Sully.
Not Smelly Sully.
He got a new nickname, but we'll leave it out. What's happening, brother?
Not much, man. We both had some interesting things the last 2 weeks. Let's start, I think we should just start with your show that you had today.
Mark Hoppus. Yeah, that was very interesting to start. Drove down. Well, Mama Dukes drove me down to the Filmore. I woke up completely fine. Had a nice weekend. Little bit of a bender. But
Okay.
got great sleep every night. I went down there with a like the Poland Spring water bottles
Like a water bottle.
with some vodka in it.
Okay.
About half full. I wasn't trying to get trashed before I went to a book tour thing. I never been to like a book tour. I've been to many shows and concerts, but nothing like that. And I go to check in, where they start, they start checking you out. They want to, take everything out of your pockets. And the one guy's just like, we can't let you in here right now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I used to work security at venues like that, and if you appear intoxicated, they won't. We can't let you in. It's a liability issue.
I was absolutely livid. I lost, and because I wasn't drunk at all. I mean, I probably had. I was like, go first. I said something. I was like, why don't you go get a breathalyzer? And they didn't obviously have one. I wouldn't think they would have one.
On the ticket it says they have the right to refuse anyone. No refunds will be issued. All that good stuff.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Fine print.
So you did get in though, right?
I got in 40. The guy was like, "I'm gonna start my timer right now. We'll let you in 45 minutes." I'm like, "Dude, the show's gonna be over. There'll be like 15 minutes left in the goddamn show. Like, it's not like you're going to a fucking rock concert that's gonna be 2 hours long. It's gonna be, you know what I mean? Like, it was probably like an hour and a half. I probably got to catch felt like a half hour of it.
No.
I was I was like, dude, to be honest with you, I was super disappointed.
Did you see the? Did they have like a merch table and everything set up?
No, there wasn't a merch table set up, but like I told you on the way, Sully picked me up. They were giving out. I pre-ordered the book, and it never came, and then my brother got it for me. Joey, you're the man. Shout out to you. He got it for me the day it came out. Little did I know, they were giving the hardback cover, the same book. They were giving the free books to everybody who came to the show. But I didn't get one because I went in there. I was the last person that got in there. And everybody and their mother staring at me while the guys are seating, putting me, placing me in a seat like I'm a 3-year-old.
No, God.
Because I took 3 shots of...
So you got punished, you didn't get your ball?
Yeah, because I took 3 shots of vodka. Like, who the fuck, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, I'm trying to, it's not justifying anything, but it's like, what are all these other people fucking doing?
So, what I wanted to ask for people who don't know, who is Mark Hoppus, and part of the show you did see, did you enjoy it?
Mark Hoppus is the founding member and bassist of Blink-182. Definitely, he's definitely my hero. Reason why I picked up a bass guitar ever in my life. And I definitely play bass. I mean, I could play a couple instruments decently, but I play bass more than anything. And he is the main reason I definitely, and he inspires the hell out of me. Blink always inspired me. They were the first band I ever listened to. First album I ever bought. I'm still obsessed with them to this day.
So from what you did see, how was it?
It was good. It was actually I was talking to a couple of people afterwards, and they thought, they're like, it sounded like a stand-up because he was so funny. Like every time he talked, like his co-writer was there with him. I forget the guy's name who wrote the book with him.
So yeah, the like the Undertaker does this one man show as well, and I know it's not a one man show for him, but kind of similar.
Like a podcast or
no, not a podcast, but like
book.
He was at the TOA.
Okay.
He wrote a book and he was touring the book. And,
Okay.
He would talk about his career. Obviously, the Undertaker,
Dude, fucking legend.
30-some year career in WWE.
Yeah.
The streak.
Yeah.
Fuck Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Yeah, the Undertaker was awesome.
But yeah, we went down a couple weeks ago and saw Fame on Fire at the Brooklyn Bowl. Now, wasn't crazy about the band. It was more my fiance went down with one of her my friends, Becky. We went as well. We had a lot of fun, and since I used to work there, they hooked us up. They got us into VIP, which was really cool because I really didn't want to be by the pit.
You like being do you like being around? Can you deal with being surrounded by like?
Well, the problem is you have that one asshole in the pit, and he was there. You know what I mean? That one asshole. That just
was it heavy music like pit?
Oh yeah, it was definitely
music?
pit music. They were crowd surfing.
Okay.
Like I said, they were good. There was this one band. The first band that came out did a Linkin Park cover, and then he came back out with Fame and Fire, and they did Crawling.
Okay.
Oh, it was fucking fire. It was fire, dude.
Crawlin's actually I'm not a huge Linkin Park fan, but Crawlin's my favorite.
I'm not a big Linkin Park fan either. I like Crawling.
Chester Bennington was a force to be reckoned with, though.
The first band did a cover. I don't know the name. I always called it "Shut Up When I'm Talking to You." You know that song? He's like, "Shut up when I'm talking." It's like their first hit.
What, Linkin Park song?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the song.
Yeah, but all their videos were high quality on TRL and everything. They were a couple of me and my friends were talking about TRL and shit the other day, and like how big that used to be.
Yeah.
And Mark Hoppus was actually talking about that too. That's like what got bands on the map and shit.
Oh, well,
like,
yeah. I mean, when I got home from school, first thing I do is turn on TRL.
Exactly.
You know,
top 10 songs.
Yeah, and that's how basically I learned about all the new music at that time.
Right.
Eminem, Mariah Carey.
And we were getting I think like remember the box Channel 61.
I remember the box, yeah.
So you could order a song for $1.
Yeah.
But like I think TRL, I think it was the fans picking that too. Like you didn't pay or anything.
Well, you would vote the top 10 songs of the week.
Exactly. Which is pretty sick. But yeah, but in a nutshell, like what I did see, I got to the part where basically when he got cancer, and was fighting that, and then when Tom DeLonge quit the band again, like for like the third time, acting like a fucking jerk off, looking for fucking aliens the whole time, which he never found, and nobody else has ever found yet. Like we ever are going to, but he talking about how their relationship and the turmoil, it's like your best friend, like they're like best friends.
Yeah. That's something that a lot of people can relate to. That's probably why it's so popular and why the show sold out.
Yeah. That and all their since they've been back and since they did the last album one more time. And Travis Barker, drummer, actually produced that. He's producing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is he producing the show?
No. Wait.
That Hopper's doing, or
no, he's just producing the albums.
Oh, okay, cool. So
which is pretty badass.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
A lot of guys like I'm a huge Oasis fan. Like Noel Gallagher was producing like Morning Glory and all that. There's a lot of guys that get really high tech involved with the engineers and producing the albums and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Funniest thing I ever heard was that Nicky, they wanted that Elektra Records. I think Guns N' Roses got signed to Elektra, and they were going for Appetite for Destruction, and they wanted Nikki Sixx to fucking produce it when the dude was out of his mind. And I'm like, this is never gonna. Why would you even think that'd be possible?
Well, you don't think if you get a quarter of his talent, it would be any good?
I never saw. I mean, as big as a fan of Nikki Sixx, I never saw that dude as a goddamn fucking to produce music.
Okay.
Who am I? Like, what would I know? You know what I mean?
I mean, if anything, he probably knows people.
Yeah, he knows. I mean, he knows his shit now. I'm sure after 45, going on 50 years of being in studios and flicking buttons and turning knobs and this and that. I'm sure you know what you're doing by now.
Yeah, and here we are, 3 episodes in, still figuring it
We're
out.
still trying to figure it out. My mother just said we've been in here. Like I said, we've been in here for probably an hour now, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Since we got back. I go upstairs for 1 sec and I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm about to start recording. She's like, dude, I thought you'd been recording. I'm like, that's not how it works, dude.
No, not at all. You know, it's funny. I met your mom today.
Yeah.
I definitely had some nostalgia going upstairs.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, like these Delaware County row homes are all the same, and it just brought like a wave of nostalgia going. At my grandmom's house, having that tile in the bathroom, the pink tile,
the pink and black tile, Clifton. That's like a.
It's like a staple.
That's a staple of like Westbrook Park and
Yeah,
Clifton Heights.
Crazy thing though, like my grandmother passed 3 years ago, and like it's still really tough because she was like a second mom. And,
really,
dude.
And that's not long ago at all. Like I know, like time. I try to say that time eventually heals everything.
But like,
does it? I try to put that in my head.
I mean, it does. Time does heal, and she was older, so I knew it was time for her to go. But
right,
like at work, they would serve chipped beef, and I was just like, damn. She always would make homemade chipped beef. And
that's just what's the crazy thing? Smells.
Smells,
smells that remind you of certain things. That's when I'm like, whoa, like
my
it
son
brings
does
you
that all
back.
the time. He's like, it smells like grandma's house in here. Like we'll go somewhere, it smells like my mom's house.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's crazy.
And he's still a youngin'.
Yeah,
wait until he gets up. Like we're up there, and I'm still smelling like certain things. I'm like, you know what I mean? You go in your mother's closet, it smells like my grandmother's closet.
Yeah, and it's he took that hard.
Yeah.
It's
very interesting, that kind of stuff to think about.
Like it's my grandmother and his great grandmother, but treated her like
right.
Like
that's awesome that he got to meet his great grandmother.
Yeah.
That's not always that's on a percentile.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to use percentiles for some reason. I don't fucking know why, but it's like, a lot of people probably don't get to meet their great grandparents.
No. I got to meet my great grandmother. She passed away when she was 98.
Your great grandmother?
My great grandmother.
Holy shit.
Yeah, she died when she was like 98.
That's like 1%.
Yeah, that was
probably less.
That was Grandmom Dot.
That's fucking awesome. Now, how old were you? Like, were you at a certain, like, at an age?
I was young. I was like 11, 12 when she passed.
That's not young. Dude, I thought you were going to say, like, 2 or, like, 1 or 2. That's, like, you got to live it out a little bit. Whatever.
Yeah, she died late 90s.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Speaking of my son, man.
Yeah. What's up with him? Yeah,
I was just thinking, like, when he was younger, a lot of stuff, like my friend Jay, he sleeps over there a lot, and a lot of the stuff, like, that I won't do with him, he does over there, like, they shoot the BB guns.
Yeah.
Like, I won't do that with him.
Why not? It's not your thing.
No, not my thing. He does that with his grandfather, though. They actually go hunting.
Yeah, okay.
But I'll never forget, he...
Shoot, that's something Jay would definitely do. That's crazy, Uncle Jay.
Well, he was like 3 or 4, and this is when Game of Thrones was still on. He slept over at Jay's house with Laura, and he goes, "Dad, I saw my first boob." I'm like, "Oh great!" I'm thinking they watched the porn. Well, here he goes, "I saw Game of Thrones." I'm like, "Oh yeah, well that would make sense."
Game of Thrones is that. Did we talk? I don't know if we talked about this yet, but I'm sorry, people. I think Game of Thrones has Sopranos beat.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I don't know what the actual ratings are and the best shows of all time. I don't know. Everybody's always talking about Yellowstone and shit. I don't know. I haven't caught it.
I've watched some of it. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's Soprano or Game of Thrones level. The thing I don't like about The Sopranos is everybody say it's like the first, like, TV show that was like episodic where it would continue where it left off. That's not true because I watched Oz and I watched The Wire.
Yeah.
And those were way before The Sopranos.
I heard I never dug into The Wire, and everybody that I've ever talked to said that's watched the whole Wire said it is friggin'
you watched
the bee's knees.
That is a great show. I would even say
That's based in Baltimore, right?
yeah,
that's
it's like
Baltimore.
the Baltimore crime scene. It's a cop show.
Yeah.
But they also go in like it's the same criminals throughout the entire series.
Okay, so
and
they
like,
keep the same characters.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
Even like criminals that are in like season 3, you'll get like hints and blurbs of them, like
that weren't around.
Like,
I guess
I'll give you an example. Like, oh, I'm picking up a package from Marlowe, but you don't know who Marlowe is until like season 3, and you like see glimpses of him in like season 2. But he really comes into form in like season 3, and it's like just
okay. I thought you were gonna say like maybe they were like in jail or something.
So Marlowe was
like
Marlowe was wholesaling packages like of heroin.
Okay.
And didn't really start like going to street level until the other dealers got locked up and were weak, and he took everything over.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was pretty crazy. Like.
Yeah.
How everything kind of plays out.
Good story. That sounds like a good storyline.
Dude,
it sounds confusing.
I don't want to spoilers anything, but if you get a chance to watch it, Steve, definitely want to throw that. And you know what the crazy thing about that is, and the why when I just rewatched it, you go back to the style of the early 2000s, the baggy jeans, and stuff like that, and it's just like again like another wave of nostalgia. Just hits you like, oh man, I remember that. And like, I remember watching one scene where they're playing like Splashing Waterfalls by like Ludacris. And it's like, oh my God, I haven't heard that song in years.
Dude, I always want to. I don't know what to wear. I feel like I don't know what to wear these days. I'm just like, my style has never changed. I'm always wearing tight pants. And like, well, mostly sports stuff or whatever.
Well, you're a hammer.
Yeah, I still wear my band shirts.
When I went to Upper Darby, we used to call
hammers.
All the hammers, all the Clifton kids.
Anybody who wore flannels basically a hammer, and had boots on.
Anyone who wore a polo shirt was a prep.
Right.
You know.
Well, that's funny you say that because we see like when everybody started going to colleges and we started hanging on college campuses. That's all we were wearing was polos every single night, and then that fell off. Like that went on for a couple of years, and then that completely just fell away.
I still wear polos because obviously the work I'm in, it's just easy to throw on a polo instead of like a button-down shirt. But yeah, man, the way style, like, and you know what's coming back is baggy jeans, which is crazy to me. I thought it'd never come back. Like wide leg jeans. You see girls and some dudes wearing them.
Oh, dude, women are wearing back. Women, most are wearing back. I think it's pretty sexy. To tell you the truth.
Fair enough.
Because they know how to do it right. They like. I mean, I don't want to.
Well, I'm a fan of the skinny jeans, but for women.
Yeah. But they still look fucking hot as hell in them.
I think style is reverting back to more of like a 70s look with the flared pants.
It has to. It sometimes sometimes time repeats it. It repeats itself.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you see, my fiance's buying these like not romper dresses, but like flared dresses that were big in like the 60s.
Okay.
And like they look like they're from the 60s and like the puffy.
Now does she go thrifting a lot? Because a lot of people go thrifting, and that's where they find this. That's where they're finding
we
this
use
stuff.
We use Temu and Shein.
Oh, are you kidding me? I've been upset. I call it Temu. I've been obsessed, dude.
You get your patches from there, right?
Yeah. I mean, dude, you can get anything on there. It's like $2. Like, are you kidding me?
Well,
like,
that bumper sticker I have that says "Dunking these nuts"?
Yeah.
Temu.
Yeah. That's pretty.
I love that fucking bumper sticker.
Then you have a 5-year-old in the front seat. He's crazy. My mom used to let me sit in the front in 5.
Well, he's 13. It's not 5. Braden's 13.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
Yeah. So
What is it, dunking these nuts?
Yeah.
dunking on these nuts. Dude, what do you mean? Do you ever see the dude? There's people that are even crazier that have like they have it's like digital.
That's stupid.
Shit,
That's gonna cause an accident.
It's fucking insane. They can write whatever they want. It's a digital thing going across their whole entire dashboard.
Or you see the
You
people
can say
with like
anything.
it says like green peas, like, and they have all these like.
Happy birthday, asshole.
They make like bumper stickers their identity.
You know what I love, speaking of bumper stickers, you know I love the two main spots they have them on is that Township. I was in the work truck with Stevie the other day. Township line in Lansdowne Ave.
Okay.
Right on the right side. It's nothing like Route 1 though. So when you're going up to if you come from Springfield Road, the gas station, then you make the left to get on Route 1, and you're at the light, and then there's the median with bars. There's just bumper stickers.
Oh yeah, all across.
Everywhere. I got a Destined to Fail one. That used to be a band at Steely.
I had a Destined to Fail. When I was living at my grandmother's, I had a Destined to Fail.
The band, right?
On our trash can.
Okay, fucking right, dude.
Yeah.
I think Steely was in that band. Shout out to Steely, dude. That band was heavy.
Yeah. I heard them a couple times.
Shit, we talked about fucking Mortuaria Suck. And just kidding, boys.
Mortuaria Suck. Ashes of Dick.
Ashes of Dick. Ashes of Decadence and Mortuary Sins. We talked about that, but we never talked about Destined to Fail. It was a good local band.
Yeah.
I never saw them live.
When Statues Cry was another one.
What's his name? Clutch was it like? Dude, I remember Clutch being in like three different bands.
I don't remember the name of the band. He was in one with Keith.
Yeah.
They had a song.
That and Prada.
Everybody Dies, but we used to call it like Everybody Poops.
Everybody Poops?
Yeah.
You fucking serious?
Yeah.
This sounds like Blink-182.
Yeah, right. No, they were heavy as fuck. I seen them a couple times. They were good. But yeah, I think the song was called "Everybody Dies," and then like when the chorus starts, we would sing "Everybody poops, everybody pees."
Everybody's screaming that in the middle of the
No, not the
trying
show,
to.
like,
I was gonna say.
I guess it was more like an inside joke because when Ashes Decadence was practicing, like Keith would be there and they would jam. So like it was when I was at the practices, that's what I saw.
Right.
You know, because I was hanging out with them at the time.
Sure. Where fucking Decadence practice?
Myers. In the basement.
Okay.
Yeah, Myers' house up in Penn Pines.
Okay.
So yeah, good times. Sometimes I practice the clutches.
Yeah. You weren't involved. Or you're a spectator.
I was just spectating.
I was too for the thing. Like I jammed, like I said, but like for some reason, like in like MOS never. Well, Ashes of Decadence never had a bassist either. And I don't know, like why. Well, they had two. I guess it's because both bands had two guitars. They thought it was heavy enough. But like,
I guess it's tough to find the right person.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't want like. It's not like I was ever accordingly invited to be in MOS or anything, but it's like I just didn't want to play that kind of music, like that.
Like the heavy metal stuff.
Well, I love heavy metal, but that wasn't like heavy metal. That was like it was more. It was definitely like more. It was death metal.
Got you.
That's why I like Decadence better than MOS because it was more like speed metal.
So did you see?
You know.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
You had that.
Being honest.
You had that dinner. Were any of the guys from MOS there?
No. So that was for my buddy eBay. So that was for the most expensive dinner I ever had, but it was so worth it. Shout out to the guys that set it up and everything. It was in Westchester at 9 Prime or something. Some steakhouse. I don't fucking know. We had our own room. We had a TV watching the goddamn games.
So wait, you had your own. So this restaurant, you had your own room.
We were at the top. Yeah, we were able to take an elevator up.
Oh jeez.
Mr.
VIP.
Yeah, it was full blown. Yeah, it was full blown. I'd never been in a setting like that.
How was
before.
the food?
It was amazing.
Okay.
But it was like a 4-course, like dude. Like by the time I was waiting for I wanted the chocolate cake the most.
Yeah, I saw the picture you took.
I wanted it looked good. I wanted that the most, and I couldn't finish it. That's what I was waiting for. But like everything was great. It was a 4-course meal though. It was like hard. I mean, even for a grown ass man,
So you haven't seen those guys in a while, right?
No, well, we get to see, like, I mean, like I said, besides me, like most of the guys have wives or engaged or have kids and this and that, so it's really hard for them to get out and whatnot. So you only see each other once in a blue moon, and thank God it's been weddings lately.
Yeah. That's always a good thing to see your friends during weddings.
Instead of the other.
Instead of the latter, yeah.
Instead of the other thing.
Speaking of deaths, Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer. Yes. Fucking A. I watched the Doors movie fucking 3 times this week.
I would give him I liked him in Batman. I give him a C.
Dude, I thought Batman Forever was awesome.
Top Gun.
Awesome.
Another classic.
Yeah.
I'm ice.
Yeah. He said I seen him in an interview with not Kimmel. Oh my God, who's the old guy with the glasses? I
Letterman.
Yeah, Letterman. Letterman's awesome. He's like, what do you get on the nose? He's like, ice.
Ice.
Thing. But yeah, Batman Forever goes down. Batman Returns is definitely my favorite Batman with Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito and Keaton. That was freaking dynamite.
I think
with Tim Burton.
I think that Batman was a little bit more dark, and when you started to see the turn of where the franchise was going, with Two-Face and the Riddler. Oh wait, no, that was Clooney. Sorry.
No, it's the same thing.
Same one. Okay.
Well, no, not Clooney. It was Two-Face and Riddler in the same one. That's Val Kilmer. That's Batman. That's Batman Forever. Yeah.
I thought that's where you started to see the series turn into a more darker series.
Well, that's why Tim Burton. That's why Tim Burton got out.
Because you look at a lot of the scenes. And it's just it's such a dark movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted,
you're talking about the older ones.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about specifically Batman Forever.
Okay.
And now, granted, Batman's dark in all of them, but I thought this one you were starting to see a turn in the series, where it was more every scene. You know, you had Robin's family's death in that. You had you had backstory. It was more in depth.
Dude.
It didn't feel comic-y.
Right.
And then they came, and then obviously
the costumes just kept getting better, and not necessarily better, but I was Robin the one year for Batman, dude. I loved this costume in Batman Forever.
Yeah, and then obviously we had the Christopher Nolan series where it was just...
Yeah, we were just talking about that before we started recording. Even the first of the trilogy of that, you start... What is it? Batman Begins?
Batman Begins. I just watched that last night, actually. Yeah.
So, and that's with, what's his name?
Christian Bale.
Well, no, not Christian...
Liam Nelson?
Yeah, but what's his name?
Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul, and that's crazy how he trains... Christian Bale, basically.
And then Bale turns on him.
Yep. And then here we go with the Dark Knight, baby. What, an absolute... Well, you don't even have to say anything. It's just nobody will ever touch. There's been multiple Jokers that have came after Heath Ledger, and it's another thing. It's was it that great because he ended up dying and this and that? No, dude,
I thought his performance,
it was amazing.
No, his performance was top tier.
Wait, what did even in Lords of Dog, he has so many great roles. Dude, Lords of Dogtown, it's the skate movie. Is he in The Patriot?
He plays
No. Are you talking about
I'm talking about Ledger. Or are you talking about Kilmer?
No, I'm talking about Heath Ledger.
Yeah, he played...
No, not The Patriot. That's Mel Gibson.
Yeah, he was his son.
Oh, he was. Yeah, right. No. What medieval movie is Heath Ledger the star in?
I just saw it on Netflix.
Dude, it's so awesome.
No,
A Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
A Knight's... Dude,
movie.
It's a great movie. And the one big guy's from Jack Frost.
Yep.
Michael Keaton's in it.
Yep.
I love that movie, dude. Especially when Michael Keaton dies and he turns into a snowman.
Well, Heather,
And he's alive.
My fiance just watched it for the first time.
Batman Begins, right?
No, The Dark Knight.
Okay.
And
What she said.
I said to her, I was like, this performance is like, you think why he tragically killed himself. She watched the whole thing. She turns to me and is like, no wonder he killed himself.
Yeah, they say, and like I said, I don't know if this is a myth or whatever. I told Sully, is like, apparently, like, Jack Nicholson gave him I don't know if he gave him a talk or he gave him a warning, like, yo, this is not just like this is intense.
Yeah.
This is very intense, and like, if you dig deep enough, they've pulled out the archives of like Heath Ledger's diaries that he was like, dude, he locked himself in a goddamn hotel room for fucking 3 months, and the diaries, it's pretty intense stuff. Just like how Kurt Cobain shit
will go real hard for those roles.
You're staying in character.
Yeah,
basically, and he was like, that was something he did.
And if you're getting paid that amount of money, like, if that's what you have to do, then that's what you have to do.
Yeah, well, but that's not what it was. What came into play is narcotics.
Oh yeah.
Is what came into play. Benzodiazepine.
Well, we all have our demons.
Yeah, of course, but that was his fate, apparently, and whatnot. That's how he died. And I don't know, and I think it's because he was staying. I guess he started taking that stuff and whatnot because he was staying up for
days at a time.
Yeah, like he was like because that, I mean, dude, listen, I've been up for fucking 5 days straight before. Fucking, you're not a
normal person.
You're not in this realm. Yeah, you're not normal. And I guess that's what he's doing, and that's why they gave, why he got prescribed that and whatever happened afterwards. I mean, they got the movie filmed. He died after, and then he got Best Supporting Actor, and then that was actually sad to watch at the Oscars. I think it was the Oscars when everybody was just looking. I think his sister accepted the award for him, and everybody was just like, "Fuck, man." Because he was a great, because like, you know what I mean, like, even like, dude, yeah, like even in Brokeback Mountain, like dude, like I said, like dude.
Well, I think Ledger was more of a class, like a play actor.
Yeah,
like a Shakespearean actor.
Yeah, like he like, for some reason, like, you see Johnny Depp. See how Johnny Depp is. Johnny Depp, when he you can tell that he's done movies with just his regular himself and this and that, but you can tell that half of the movies that Johnny Depp has played in and whatnot, he is got, like, he doesn't want to be who he is.
Yeah.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Edward Scissorhands, Pirates of the Caribbean. I could keep going.
But I think you can tell, like, I'll take Patrick Stewart, for example. Like, you could tell the difference between a Shakespearean actor and a Hollywood actor. Like, Patrick Stewart...
A Shakespeare actor, you said?
Like, they do plays. They do Broadway and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Like, they're very theatrical. You can tell the difference between, like, a theatrical actor and a Hollywood actor. I would say Johnny Depp is a Hollywood actor. And you look at someone like Patrick Stewart, he's very theatrical, very over the top.
Yeah.
Like, I kind
Patrick Stewart, yeah, get me on here.
Star Trek, the
old guy?
The old guy.
Okay.
X-Men.
Okay, yeah, okay. I got you.
Yeah. So
yes.
you can tell, like, they're very...
Yes.
They're very formal, they're very over the top.
Sure.
It's just kind of like I noticed these things, and Heath Ledger seems like that type of actor. Where he's very over the top, very.
Even in 10 Things I Hate About You, it was like, I mean, dude.
Yeah.
Great fucking dude. I mean, Ferrari. Like,
now, I don't know that for a fact, but just
the
way you watch him, you would think Heath Ledger probably did Broadway first.
You think?
I think the way he acts.
Yeah.
And the way he portrays characters, it's very again, it's that Broadway thing, and on Broadway they're very over the top. They're very
Right.
theatrical.
Right.
You know, I just saw a play yesterday.
No shit.
Or Friday.
Really?
Friday I saw
Really?
a play. I saw The Little Mermaid at my son's school.
I was gonna say, was this like where was this in Broadway or?
No,
was
no.
this-
But let me tell you, some of them little kids, man, they could belt out some songs.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell you
That's
what,
what I'm saying.
Eric-
That's what I was trying to say. That they're the kids that are in the choir. Like, dude,
Ariel kicks some ass.
dude, remember in Home Alone? See, there's one thing I want to say about Heath Ledger before we get away from him real quick. Is it because I always miss something that's very, very important that we miss. Heath Ledger's scene in Lords of Dolltown at the very end when he loses the shop
Oh yeah.
and Maggie Stewart comes on
Okay.
and he's like, and it's like the one dude who owns the shop now. He in the beginning of the movie said, "Well, you gonna buy something in my store? If you're not, get out, asshole." And that's the guy who owns the store now. And Heath Ledger just lost Lords. They lost all them guys because they went to Stacy. Like they all went their own ways and shit like that. And then fucking Rod Stewart comes on, and fucking Heath is just in the back like he knew, he accepted
Well,
his
you could tell
fate,
from his
fate, and it was the great scene.
You could tell
it's such a
just-
good scene.
And like I said, that goes back to him probably doing Broadway, where it's very
Yeah,
emotional. You could see,
it's fucking
you can-
real.
yeah, they're very
real,
over the
dude.
top. They're very proper, and the facial features.
Yeah,
Like when you watch even the Joker, like look at the face.
Yeah.
It's very.
it's fucking scary looking, man.
Yeah, and it's just like a lot of, and even even the Patriot.
So,
Again, he's very
Yeah.
proper, very over
Sure.
the top,
sure.
and I always
Shout out Mel Gibson too. Like that, I said, I always thought that Mel Gibson was,
the Patriot's a great movie.
Yeah, all around. You know what I mean? We could go on for no outer space. We promise no outer space talk. But fucking, what I wanted to say, another thing about the Doors movie too. Val Kilmer, same thing as so Val Kilmer got so in to Jim Morrison's. He wasn't a Doors fan or anything like that before he got this role.
Okay.
So he took about 6 months, learned every single song out of the catalog. The Doors themselves, the last remaining ones, couldn't even tell the difference.
That's incredible.
And just like Timothy Chalamet, and I've watched A Complete Unknown 5 times this week since it's been on Max. It is great. If you have not seen that movie yet about Bob Dylan, you have to watch that movie.
I'll check it
He
out.
fucking does an amazing job for it. That kid is fucking upcoming. He's a future fucking rock and roller of fucking acting. But like I said, like Val Kilmer in the Doors movie, like he had to go to therapy and shit after that because he got so locked in. Like Jim Morrison is like definitely a hero of mine too, but like he was a fucking. People say they portray him in that movie as a drunken buffoon. The Doors didn't accept it at all. They still let Oliver Stone put it out, but that's not who he really was. He was a drunken buffoon. But when he wasn't, though,
He was on his game.
he was a very, very intelligent fucking, He wasn't like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like split person. I guess, I don't know if that's split personality or not. I
guess
I don't know.
I can't relate because like I couldn't
You know.
imagine putting myself into someone else's shoes and then trying to betray them and spending that much time trying to learn it.
Yeah, and then staying in that character bullshit, like sticking in it.
I
like,
guess it could. I guess I could see that.
Dude, how about John? Speaking of Johnny Depp, with Viva and Loathing in Las Vegas, dude, bro.
That movie's wild.
He lived, dude. What he lived in Hunter S. Thompson's basement, full of gunpowder, apparently for fucking months on time. And I didn't know that Hunter S. Thompson ended up
I didn't know
committing
that
suicide.
either.
Yeah, I just heard that.
That's crazy.
He was I guess he was a writer. Hunter S. Thompson, like he was not. He was. I mean, if they made a movie about the guy,
Producer, I thought?
no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I mean, we'll have to check that out. We'll have to take a look into that. But
Okay.
yeah, he was he was not. I mean, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is a fucking crazy.
It was tough to follow. The movie.
It was. It is. It's yeah.
It was.
It's like our podcast.
I tried to watch it. I've only seen it once, and I was
Could
just
you
wasn't
not?
my thing.
Yeah, you
Because
couldn't.
I couldn't follow it.
Yeah, sure. I get
Like,
it.
okay.
The storyline keeps like fucking getting free. It's freaky, but it's like it feels like there is no story. Like I mean, yeah, they're going to Vegas, but it's like these things just keep happening.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what I mean? One thing to another, and it's just like you can't like grasp it.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean?
No, I can't relate, unfortunately.
I wouldn't be able to. I mean, I think I've seen Fear and Loathing probably like twice.
I've seen it once, and I just couldn't follow the movie.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What else is new?
Not much. I mean, we got our notes. We pretty much hit everything we wanted. I could talk about Michael.
Michael.
The murder.
Huh?
The murder.
Go for it, dude.
Cousin.
Yeah, your cousin.
So, a couple years ago, or I want to say it was last year.
And everybody and their mother knows about this one. This too. It was a very serious situation.
So yeah,
hit home for everyone.
My cousin Michael Peabody was murdered right by Lindbergh Bridge. The guy who did it, they finally caught. Had a charge in Ohio for armed robbery, and then was extradited here, and he pleaded insanity. Court is still, pending, but he did it.
He pleaded insanity. Who stabs a fucking goddamn 14?
15-year-old.
Who stabs a 15-year-old at 8:30 on a Friday night when he's walking down the street? Get the fuck out of here. Insanity, my
And, the crazy thing is, like, my family's been very fortunate. We haven't had a lot of deaths in our family, and this one was. So I'm a second cousin. I have a lot of first cousins. I don't have a lot of first cousins. I have more second cousins, but we all live in the area, and we're all really close. So when something like this,
family's family.
I get it.
Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
Family's family, bro.
But when something like this happens, it's like, I don't want to see my family sad, and it sucks because the last 3 times I've seen my family were all funerals. So it's like, and both the most recent ones, they were young. One was 21, one was 15, yeah.
It's terrible. That goes back to what I was saying. Like, it's better. It's so happy to see your friends that you don't see no more when you go to a wedding. That's what I meant. What I meant by
the
that.
Opposite. So,
yeah. It's terrible.
It is awful.
And that's not something like like how many of our friends have like died and passed away from overdoses and this and that. Like, I become numb. After so many of it's happened. Like, I've become numb. I became numb to that. But this is like that. This is not that though. This is not that.
I did a lot of things that pissed me off about that. There was a lot of news coverage, and we're going to the funeral. The news was at the funeral. We went to the cemetery. The news, yeah, they were there. Obviously,
That's fucking good. That is dude. I don't agree with that.
I didn't agree with it. I wanted to say something, but my mom, told me to behave.
Like, I better get the fuck at the funeral.
At the funeral, yeah.
What do they want, a fucking 10-minute fucking interview after you fucking put your goddamn your son in the ground? I would have fucking broke their fucking every window in their fucking van.
Yeah,
the fuck out of here,
saw
dude.
Both the parents there.
Like, come on, like seriously.
Yeah, I talked
to
both the parents there. Obviously losing a 15-year-old to that,
dude,
very devastating. And again, like I said, I don't like to see my family sad. So it's like every time I've seen them, we haven't had any big events or anything. It's like anytime I see them, it's now at a funeral, and it's upsetting.
I don't even think upsetting is the word. it's fucking traumatic.
Well, we had grandma, my grandma. We just talked about
3 years, yeah.
Michael.
That and like that, like you said, that's not that long ago.
My cousin Anthony passed away. I think he was 21 or 22. He had kidney issues. Passed away from a perforated valve. And then Uncle Mart just passed away. Marty Peabody. Used to be director down to the Clifton Pool. So I'm sure some people listening to this know him.
Fucking A, right? Clifton Pool.
Yeah.
Used to. I don't know what goes on down there these days, but that place back in the day was a legendary spot. I don't know what, I haven't been to Clifton Pool since I was 17 years old, but that place
I got family that still goes there.
Was legendary.
I'm thankful. I consider myself fortunate because I was able to clean up my act. I struggled with, heroin, and it was a difficult time in my life, and I think you can relate where you're every day you're trying to get high and you're trying to find it, and
every fucking day.
And it amazes me that I always had money for that.
Yeah, well, you're a hard worker. But does that defeat? That doesn't defeat. I mean, like, what am I getting at with that? It's like, well, it's just because you have money for it, doesn't make it any better.
Oh, and you're spending $120 a day on drugs.
Yeah.
You wonder how you fucking did it.
Then you're spending $300, and then 6 months later you're spending $350 a day on drugs.
Yeah.
And that's when you got, and that's when.
Fortunately, didn't get to that point. The day I stopped, it was funny because I was going through my phone. I couldn't find shit, and I'm sitting there on my bed, and I'm like, "What the fuck am I doing with my life?" So I went through that withdrawal.
You went straight cold turkey?
Straight cold turkey.
Off dope?
Off dope, yeah.
Was this before the fentanyl bullshit?
This was before the fentanyl bullshit.
Thank God.
I think it was starting to come up at the time.
Yeah, so you just beat the clock.
Yeah, because
you just beat it. It ain't even fentanyl no more. It's not even fentanyl on the streets anymore. It's trank.
Yeah.
Trank, and people are mainlining or fucking getting. They get gator arms. Looks like, and like, dude, you will.
It's fucking gross.
And like I said, I was asking Sully if he ever saw. I was watching Requiem for a Dream again the other night, which is it's a movie that, I mean, it's a fucked up movie.
No,
I'll give you. I don't want to give you. Should I give you a spoiler or not?
I want to check it out.
All right, I won't spoil it for you. But
continuing.
Yeah.
I went through that withdrawal, and as bad as it was, I look back and I don't even think it was that bad. I was just sick.
No, yeah, dude, it really like Percocets and fucking like I was an opioid addict for.
That was 10 years for me.
Yeah, the 6, 7, 8 years. Went cold turkey on that. Was fine in about a week. Like the physical shit went through, but then it's the mental game.
Yeah.
The mental game, like the physical shit, sucks. Yes, it really does. We're getting deep a little bit, but fucking.
Well, you don't feel like yourself after you're completely.
No, because your brain is not your brain's wired different after that.
I think it took a good 6 months to feel normal afterwards.
Exactly.
But I didn't do anything for that 6 months. Now,
nothing.
Nothing. No, yeah. I didn't even drink.
See, I started like my mental instability was like hit me so hard, like that. So I started taking subs.
Well, I mean, some people can't quit it on their own. It's that powerful, and
it is very powerful.
I would be lying today to see if I haven't done anything since then. Now I haven't done heroin, but I'll fuck around a little bit and fuck up here and there, but nothing to where it's going to destroy my life.
Right.
I have a lot to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. So we all.
Yeah. But yeah, I was 30 years old by the time I was able to clean everything up, and I started a job that I didn't think I was gonna like, and actually made a career out of it.
You didn't think you were gonna like it?
I didn't think I was gonna like it.
Really?
Yeah. Now, 8 years later, I'm still there.
Yeah. So that means you gotta like. Not
Well,
saying,
still doing it. I'm not the same place.
I was gonna
Still doing
say,
the
I was
same
gonna
job.
say, not that you dig it, but you got it. I mean, if you've been there for 8 years, I mean, you definitely don't hate it.
Well, it only took me till I was 30 years old to figure out what I wanted to do.
Yeah, really. I still don't know what the fuck I want to do. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
You'll get there.
I love landscaping and doing concrete and all that kind of shit, but it's just like, dude, I just feel like I wasn't like meant. I don't know. I don't get
I'd
it.
rather do this for a living,
I didn't.
honestly.
Yeah. Well, that's what everybody and their mother's doing for a living right now. That's what's what's going on in this world. But fucking like, I'm talking about like different like I don't know. I just like it, but it should have happened like 10 years ago. Playing music and shit like that. Like, I wasn't fucking like writing. Like, I want to write a novel, stuff like that.
Well, those are goals.
There's
You gotta have
oh
goals.
yeah, and like, I mean, I believe highly in manifestation. Like, if you manifest that enough, and you work hard enough to do that, it will eventually come to you. It will. I mean, like.
I mean, I just like belling out stories.
Huh?
I just like talking about it. I'm not really a
Yeah.
writer.
Huh?
I'm not really a writer.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like
That's okay.
You know, I said I haven't done. You know, I've been a fuck up here and then, but I'll tell you about the. I did shrooms a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So like, the shrooms I'm used to were like shitty, like the ones back in the day, where you just see a couple trails, get a nice little body high. I took like the more.
I was gonna say, were you taking enough?
Well, back in the day, look, we get.
I mean,
The stuff today is just fucking crazy. I went camping with a couple friends, and we we went camping down in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey.
you told this one.
Did I not on the podcast?
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
No, it's okay. Keep going. It's okay.
All right.
It's okay.
Went camping down the Pine
It's okay.
Barrens.
You and Jay,
Yep. Me and Jay ate a nice fat stack of shrooms.
you ended up somewhere.
I don't think I told this. I think I told this on the one we recorded.
Is that the first one we never released?
Yeah.
Well, guess what, people? It will be released.
So anyway, we're at the Pine Barrens, we eat the shrooms, and like, it didn't hit me right away until we hit like this clearing. And
How long?
It was like a half
Usually,
hour.
I was gonna say it only takes shrooms. They
So about a
half
hour,
hour.
we decided to take a walk.
You start
into this-
going.
and like we're in the woods, so we're out of the woods into this big clearing, and everything was just so vibrant, the colors, and I'm
Dude.
like, holy shit!
The outside's the way to be, man. Like the patterns
Yeah.
and everything like that. Like dude, the thing they say to do if you're tripping, it doesn't matter if it's acid or mushrooms or everything. Do not fucking watch. If you fucking are gonna trip, turn your fucking phone off. Don't watch TV. That is
Well, we were in
like,
the woods,
or like there's nothing wrong with being inside or anything like that.
but I'm gonna finish really quick. So
yeah, sorry. Yeah.
no, you're good.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
good. I'm gonna finish this. So
Yeah, please.
the shrooms kick in. We're in this field. We sit on this bench.
Cut him off. I cut him off again.
We sat there for a good 2 hours, and finally we decided to take a walk. And we had this Bluetooth speaker, and I put it on. I put it in my hoodie pocket, and fucking we're walking.
What are you blasting? How Lamb of God?
No, hold on. I put on Queen, like just straight Queen.
Hey, I'll take that.
And I'm cracking up,
I'll
I'm cracking up to the point I'm crying. And Jay's like, "What are you laughing at?" I was like, "I got Queen in my pocket." So we see.
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody come fucking crashing down on you. And you're
So we're walking around.
Friday's in my pocket.
I got fucking Queen in my pocket. So we walk around, and we're about halfway back to the campsite.
Yo, dude.
And there's this tree, and it has a bunch of bumps on it, but it looks like fucking mouse. And me and Jay are both seeing the same thing. I'm like, "Do you see this?"
Yeah.
I'm like, this is fucking crazy.
Trails.
I know exactly where that tree is too. I'm gonna get a picture of it.
Trails, though, right?
No, it literally looked like mouse on the fucking tree. Like, not moving, but...
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's the fucking sickest tree ever.
Is that the end? Or you guys,
no, we're still
you guys
going.
were in it. There's a lot of different parts.
So we keep walking, and we're walking. We're like, we don't want to go back to the campsite yet because we're still tripping. So we're just walking in the pine barrens, all woods. Have no idea where we are, and like every 50 feet, I have to take a piss, and I'm crying because I'm laughing because I'm like, Jay, I feel like a fucking dog.
Yeah.
I can't stop pissing.
Yeah, what the fuck's up with that?
Oh, I drank a lot of beer, so.
There you go. A lot of people drink when they eat shrooms these days. I don't know what the deal is with that.
So the final part is we're coming back. We're finally found our way back to the campsite. Still tripping, and there's a bunch of like people like chilling in this cabin.
Oh, God.
And you know how Jay's like all friendly with people. I scream. I'm like, Jay, don't even fucking say hi to these people. I swear to fucking God.
You probably had a half-hour conversation.
Dude, he's like, hi. I'm like, Jay, you fucking dickhead. We get back to the site, and I came down, and I drank like 3 beers, and
it's nice when to come down. Like, after all that, when you do come down, you're like, oh,
dude,
man, that was a
that
lot.
first beer was probably the best beer I ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Like, it was a Molson too, a nice fucking cold Molson.
Fucking right. Now, now here's my favorite part. Well, I wouldn't call it my favorite part. Actually, it is my favorite part of fucking eating shrooms. I never got it on acid before. Acid's way, the trips are way different from acid and shrooms. How about you get deja vu?
Nah, I don't get that.
You never got the deja vu on shrooms?
Nah, never got it.
Bro, what a fucking hell. Like, it's...
Just my mind works different. I didn't get that. I fucking had Queen in my pocket. I was chilling.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I wanted to laugh or cry.
Yeah.
I was laughing so hard that I was crying.
Did you ever have a fight? Now, how many times have you eaten shrooms? Can you count? You can, like...
No, I can't count.
Boy, so enough.
Enough. Yeah.
Enough. Okay. We ate it one time. Fucking, we're listening to Lamb of God. We're up the
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, we don't know what was wrong with us. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. We had about...
That's a setup for a bad trip.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, though. But this is what I'm talking about, deja vu. Like, we had about 10 of us. And I hope I'm not repeating this again.
No, you're not.
There was about 10 of us. And we got an ounce of them. Weighed it all out. About 3 of us did eighths. I did a fucking eighth. Of course I fucking did. And then everybody else did halves or whatever. This, that, blah, blah, blah. We go to the dugouts on Westbrook Park. It's still daytime. And
Vibrant?
everything's okay. Yeah, it's going. We're going to it's getting to dusk almost and everything.
That's when it hit us.
I had to walk away for a couple minutes because I felt like the tiniest bit. Like, I was like, something didn't feel right. I had to walk away. I was like, yo, chill. This isn't, whatever's going on right now, it's not fucking real. This and that. I came back. Everything was great. And you know what's a fucking crazy thing about tripping?
What's that?
When you feel like you're, so we saw there was lots of clouds in the sky that day. Dude, I felt like I could touch the clouds. Like, when you're sitting on the dugout benches felt like they were this. Remember, the dugout benches of Westbrook are like,
they're a little higher.
They're a little regular sized, especially when we sit on top of them.
Yeah.
Dude, they felt like a tiny stool. So when you feel like you're big and on top of everything, that's a very, very good thing. When you feel low, like you can get low, that is not.
I don't notice that stuff. I mean,
you don't. Well, thank God, because you never.
I kind of just let it go.
Yeah.
I just. Like,
you have to. Yeah.
Like we tried to build a fire while we were tripping, and like I couldn't do it. I physically could not do it.
I couldn't even open a key door when I was tripping.
I tried to
pissed
open
my
a beer.
pants.
I couldn't open a beer.
Yeah.
All I could do was fucking walk.
Yeah, first time I ever tripped, if I was inside a house that had a fucking key lock on the inside. Who the fuck does that, for Christ's sake? I couldn't get the goddamn key door open in the backyard to take a piss, so I just pissed myself. I just
Well,
pissed myself.
me and Jay.
First time I ever tripped.
Me and Jay are tripping.
Still banging
Mark's inside. He wasn't tripping, and fucking I go, we need Mark. Mark does this stuff. Like, I can't build this fire.
Yeah, save me. Fucking do something.
And I wasn't gonna sit at the fire anyway. I was gonna go walk again.
See, you guys probably would have burnt the fucking cabin down.
Oh, dude, it was a lot of fun.
That's what I'm saying. It is. So I've been, me and a couple of guys been talking about shrooms a lot. Like, but like, I'm not trying to like. I'm trying to like get to like. I'm not trying to go to that crazy level though. Like that. Like I want to microdose.
The
like
shit today is just fucking.
It's
insane.
not. Some of it must be medicinal.
I don't
like,
know, dude.
I don't know.
I did like. I did 3 caps.
All you're looking for it doesn't matter if they're small or they're big, dude. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you know what? There's one of the chicks I was chilling with last night. She called a fucking stem a tail. A fucking tail. I'm like, a tail? What, a tail? You mean a stem of a shroom? A fucking tail? I'm like, it doesn't matter what I swear to God. And I'm like, it's like, it doesn't matter what it is. The cybacillin, it's like, as long as that blue in there,
yeah.
that's all that matters. That's what you want.
Dude,
that's your trip. That's your trip.
I just fucking ate them and dude, I just went with it.
I've seen bad fucking, dude, you know what's crazy, dude? Like, I've had, dude, I mean, I won't, you know, I'm not gonna name names, but like, I had a couple trips, but we'd be tripping with so many people that, like, dude, I've seen 2 people have bad trips before.
I can barely trip with like 3 people, let alone 10.
That was that day, and like, talk about, so like I said about the deja vu, dude, everything was warping. So there wasn't just, say, the 10 of us tripping. There was 10 of us, and then the other 15 fucking people that were just hanging, that were our friends that were hanging out around Westbrook. This is all happening at Westbrook Park. And then, like, they'd be here. And then, like this so-and-so would go to Q Family Store. And then they come back. But then they leave again and go there. And then my 2 friends would switch sides on the dugouts. And it was all... and then these girls.
So it was like rehearsing itself.
Everything just kept it just kept on repeating, dude.
I don't like that.
It kept.
I don't like that.
And like, it wasn't scaring me though. But then I had my headphones. This is still when I had the Sony players, CDs, and I had was the Who.
Oh.
And I had Tommy, and I had Lamb of God. I had Philadelphia. And so, my one boy, I don't know who it was. I can't remember who it was. Dude, we were rocking.
So you had the Who in your pocket.
I had the Who. I had my Sony fucking CD player, and we just had the one headphones. You know what I mean? So one person's like holding on to this headphone, and the other person's like, "Yeah, let me hear this. Let me hear this part." And fucking like, we're listening to Philadelphia, and like, dude, it didn't bother us at all. We're like, wow, this is fucking crazy. But then once you put Tommy on from the Who, we're like, wow.
Yeah, no,
I get this.
We had Queen on the entire time.
And Queen sounds great.
We didn't skip a single song.
Yeah. Dark Side, there was a point, and I wasn't even tripping or anything. Like, once a week, like when I was going to bed, I just put my headphones on and just put Dark Side of the Moon on from front to back, and like, it was like,
I've done that a couple times.
And yeah, it's just so fucking good that like it can put you to sleep. It's like,
well, I used to have the records. I used to put the record on.
Vinyls.
Yeah.
I wanted to. I like vinyls. Remember, vinyls came back in style.
Yeah, I had a record player, and I used to just pop it on when I get home.
Dude, Dark Side of the Moon vinyl, dude. We still have that.
Somewhere.
That's a great fucking record to have.
I had a few good records. I had a lot of AC/DC ones too.
Yeah, AC/DC. A lot of people fucking.
AC/DC actually come to Indianapolis. I was gonna go see them, but it's just too far.
Yeah, it's just like, well, now it's just Brian Johnson, I think, who's deaf in one ear, and Angus. That's it. Malcolm. You know it's crazy.
No, not Bill Wall.
The bassist.
No, the drummer.
Cliff.
Rudd. No.
The original drummer.
Is it Phil Rudd?
No.
I think it's Phil Rudd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had multiple drummers.
I know. I'd have to look. I think it's
Like
Phil
when
Rudd.
I saw
I
them.
think it's the bald dude, Phil Rudd.
Okay, that's it. So who played in Dunnington? Like I got the DVD. Dunnington '91. Dunnington '91.
That's a good
Great.
album.
It's absolutely fucking amazing.
Front to back, that's a great
Front to
album.
back, yeah. And it's not an album. It's them live.
Live, yeah.
It's like they play everything. Like when Dirty Deeds, dude. One thing you gotta listen to if you're listening to AC/DC, fucking Argentine River Plate Stadium. River
I've
Plate
seen that
Stadium in Argentina
seen
is
a couple of those
absolutely like I've seen Oasis and AC/DC.
What's your favorite AC/DC song?
My favorite AC. Here's the crazy thing about AC/DC and Queen. I'm gonna use so we're talking about Queen. We're talking about Queen and AC/DC right now. Their live music, and this is how you know they're great.
It's better.
They're live, and AC/DC has a lot of live albums, and
Well,
so
they're
does
better
Queen,
live.
and so does Queen. They're all their songs are better live. Everything is better
So,
live.
Doesn't answer my question. Favorite AC/DC song?
Oh man, probably Dirty.
You like Dirty Deeds?
Yeah,
Deeds?
yeah, no, but look, yeah,
A whole lot of Rosie for me.
Rosie.
I love Whole Lot of Rosie. Yeah,
There's
that's a great riff.
a lot of them though, dude.
Favorite Queen song?
Oh man, there's this song that's like, dude, it's on fucking, dude, Get Down. This song called "Get Down, Make Love"
I know, yeah.
is like, it's so simple, but it sounds like it just doesn't sound good on the master. And that's the same album, with "We Will Rock You."
I'll probably have to go Hammer to Fall.
Hammer to Fall, dude.
That's a great song.
So, dude, what do you mean? So, yeah, what do you mean the best live?
What's your favorite song? I mean, my favorite song is Hammer to Fall.
Probably Get Down, Make. No, oh my god, I can't. I love Tie Your Mother Down.
Okay.
Tie Your
Fair.
Mother Down, it's fucking banging.
Fair enough.
You know, they got fucking, you know, dude, Queen, dude, they're still fucking rocking.
Well,
these
Freddie's
days. They're all-
dead, but
yeah, unfortunately, that was unfortunate.
yeah.
But they the greatest thing about Queen is Wembley at Live Aid 85. Like, yeah, like that 20 minutes that they got, like
Hammer to Fall is the best song.
they
on
started
there.
at and they you know what's awesome? They didn't even like they played
No, Radio Gaga was probably the best.
Radio
song.
Gaga.
With the crowd.
What with fucking live at Wembley?
Yeah.
And then dude,
It was hit after hit after hit.
it was 20, but no, that's not fucking true though. Like Hammer to Fall, Radio Gaga, and shit like that. They were playing. That was all like partially new stuff, except in
85.
they didn't do another one bites the dust. They did fucking crazy little thing called Love. They only had 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and they started out fucking
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
And then it went to Radio Gaga.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
that was
Well,
great.
and it's like, dude, yo, he had that. It's like when you have a crowd,
He commanded respect.
he like,
He's
yeah,
like, give me your respect.
yo, right now on camera, Freddie Mercury is the best front man of all time. If somebody can tell me anything different, please go ahead in the
I'm sure
comments.
there's someone out there.
Who?
I'm sure someone will let you know.
Steve, can you?
No, I agree.
Yep. I love Jim Morrison, but he was a drunken buffoon.
Good front man.
Mick Jagger always held it down.
I don't know.
People, I don't know why, but so many people have problems with him,
Well,
dude.
would
He
you-
wrote a lot of great lyrics, dude.
Well,
He basically wrote most of Wild Horses and shit like that.
Speaking of frontmen, so would you go Brian Johnson or Bon Scott?
Dude,
That's so tough.
Brian Johnson.
I'd go Brian Johnson.
Yeah, like I loved Bon Scott. Like, that was, I forget how it was alcoholism or something like that.
He choked on his own vomit.
Yeah, like Bonham. And you know, speaking of Bonham, who is the best drummer of all time. Everybody just goes fucking Bonham, Keith Moon, Neil Peart's fucking sick.
I don't know. I'd probably go Peart over Bonham.
You're out of your mind. Anyhow, yeah, but he is very dynamic with the shit that he did. But fucking Bonham, yeah, choked on his shit. But the thing I respect about Zeppelin is that and that's how Queen kept going. And Zeppelin was like, yo,
yeah, but
we're done.
But
we're done.
If they did go live, they would bring Jason Bonham in.
They did it one time. They went. Yeah, they played played Live Aid a little bit.
Plant tour, they would bring Jason Bonham.
Yeah, but when the hell, dude? How many?
Plant.
I saw Robert Plant at Tower. 2005. I saw Robert
Plant.
He was awesome.
With Alison
yeah, the Row. Yeah.
The Row.
Bonnaroo. I've never been to Bonnaroo. Saw festivals for a second?
No, because I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan?
Nah.
I thought you were fucking Smelly Sully.
Give me 2 hours, 3 hours of a live band, and I'm done. I'll talk about Bonnaroo. So
I've never been. I'm interested. I'll give
you the highlights.
I won't get into that. We'll get into that in another episode.
I ran into Jut and Nikki P down in Bonnaroo, and we didn't go together.
Big Jut? Pines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ran into Jut and
I
Nikki
love
P,
Jut.
And
I'm proud.
A fucking Metallica.
Metallica's coming in May, and we're all going on Sunday for them and Pantera. And if you don't,
be opening for them.
Huh? Limp Bizkit. There's a 2-day pass. There's a 2-day pass, and I was gonna get the 2-day pass.
I thought they were opening for Metallica.
No, they are. Friday night. I'm going in red. See what I'm saying?
Let it go.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll fucking talk. You know what? This is my podcast. I'll talk as loud as I fucking want, actually. Fuck. Anywho. So Friday night, it's Biscuit, which they've made a comeback.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen them people bouncing down south? See, dude, in South America and England, shit, they're different breeds, dude. I'm sorry. Them motherfuckers just get down.
Talk about Europe. You know what's funny? The WWE was just in Europe, and the crowd is just so much better than the U.S.
Same
with concerts.
It's probably the same thing, dude. You're just bouncing, man. They just bounce. They bounce.
And they're in unison too. You'll never get 30,000 Americans to do Radio Gaga like that.
30,000 Americans. Dude, they got fight. You're Wembley.
You'll get Wembley
with 100,000. With 100,000. For Christ's sake, come on, man. To fucking do better, America. Dude, no, I'm not fucking kidding. Do better.
Is there anything you want to close with?
Yeah, a fucking shot of liquor and I'm not done. Fucking, if you're gonna go see Metallica coming up, go on Sunday because it's Pantera opening for Metallica, not Limp Bizkit. That's where we're going.
Do you like Pantera?
I love Pantera.
I love Pantera.
But you know what? Yo, I gotta go on record with this too. Yo. What a fucking cash grab! First episode, I said this. Favorite heavy metal band of all fucking time. There's the dime right there. You probably can't see it.
Pantera right there.
Huh? That Pantera fucking everywhere, dude. The fucking dime's right. Look at that motherfucker. He's a fucking one of a kind. That dude is a one of a kind. He's the best heavy metal fucking guitarist of all time. But him and Vinnie Paul, his brother, they started Pantera.
Okay.
And listen, nothing against Rex Brown or anything, but Phil and Sully, dude. There should not go play Down. I've seen Down fucking 5 times. They're sick. There should not be no. If it wasn't for Zach Wilde playing guitar right now, I would be fucking writing fucking emails to Phil and Sully. I fucking swear to God on my life, because that fucking dude is he's the yeah, all right, you dude, it's 9/11. It's yo, don't forget why Pantera broke up, dude. Why Pantera break up? Because of the dime? No. Because Phil and Sully was a fucking piece of shit, fucking dope head. And he could like I said, nobody's like we say, nobody's perfect or anything, but he fucking ruined. Dude, Pantera was the first fucking heavy metal band. Fucking Billboard 100, #1 album, Far Beyond Driven. Nobody ever accomplished something like that in their fucking life. A heavy metal band.
We were talking about hammers earlier.
Uh-huh.
We could go back if they all had Pantera shirts.
I still wear my band shirts every day.
Yeah.
Band shirts are back in, bro.
Yeah, you're a hammer.
Yeah,
Definitely
for
a
life. For fucking life. Are you kidding me? And I'm still over here representing Clifton Heights. Where the fuck's everybody else representing Clifton Heights? Oh, Clifton Heights is a piece of shit, right? Blah, blah, blah. Everybody who lived here.
Well, I guess that's, you got a little bit on me.
Sorry about that.
Well, Steve's out of booze, and I'm out of stuff to talk about.
How much time we at?
We got an hour 14.
Oh, fucking A, right. But, yeah, thank you for everyone that's been watching and shit like that.
Keep the criticism coming.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
When we're being fucking dummies, let us know.
Yeah, I mean, if we're being dummies, I don't really fucking care because I'll probably add even more of a dummy if you think I'm being dumb. But we actually got our angles tonight.
We hope.
Redemption.
All right.
Rock and roll.
We're out.
Peace. See you next week. 2 weeks.